specifically. That's your greatness. That's where your power is.
Yeah.
But oftentimes we get up, and whether we look on social media and we see people doing things, right? The highlight reel. You see how it looks, it's cute, it's pretty, right? And people start to rush their lives based upon highlight reels on social media. And I told a cat one day, I said, man, stop rushing based upon social media. I said, the part you forget, nobody showed you the failures.
Yep.
Nobody showed you the shortcomings. People very rarely show you the adversity and the opposition. And so do what you do, right? Approach it how you approach it. That's what God will bless you upon. It's not you doing it in a way that somebody else does it. No, he placed greatness in you. Do it how you do it, in a way that only you can do it, so God can bless it.
I fight against that. You know, it's the big challenge. It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. This is the main point. This is why I say our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course not. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day.
This lie that we tell ourselves about things waiting till tomorrow will ultimately cost you everything. You never start tomorrow. You always wait. And then you end up with a mountain so big you don't even want to climb it. So what's the answer? It's to do it now. All right? Why should you do it now? Because it's what I've said 1 billion times before on this show. All right? And I said it earlier in this talk too. Action gets results. It's an equation of math. It's 1 + 1 equals motherfucking 2. And if you take action right now, you are that much closer to the place that you're struggling to be. The place that you're angry at yourself for not being will come to fruition that much faster if you go now.
Your mental strength is coming from that moments, that in a hard moments, you know you should do it. So, and I do it because after that, maybe in the beginning you feel hard to start, but after when you finish the gym or cold plunge or even the training, you will feel better.
Every morning when you get up, say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. I do it now, do it now. Whenever you have this tendency to procrastinate, program your subconscious mind with this automatic conditioned command, do it now, do it now, do it now. The key to overcoming procrastination is to develop a sense of urgency. Be the kind of person who gets things done quickly. Be the kind of person who launches fast on a task. One of the ways to launch fast on a task is to take the task and break it up. Take your task and break it up into small pieces and to do one piece at a time. Say over and over to yourself, do it now, do it now, do it now. Do you know that less than 2% of the population have a sense of urgency, and that there's not an example of a successful person anywhere who does not have a sense of urgency? That if you just develop a sense of urgency when somebody gives you a task, that you get on it and do it fast, that alone will move you into the top ranks in a very short period of time.
Okay, so you cannot continue to tell yourself over and over and over and over and over again to wait, because there is no better time than now. If you do it now, the results happen faster. And that's what you're ultimately after. The quickest way to get to where you want to go is by taking action right now and continuing to take action and pushing through these lies, especially this one about, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, so that you can make the result happen faster for yourself. Do you want this result to happen when you're 100, or do you want this result to happen a year from now? It's up to you. Okay? The bitch voice knows this too, guys. Okay? That's why it wants to delay your actions. Okay, it delays your actions so it can delay your progress. It can delay the achievement of your goals. It can delay the success that you're so desperately after, and it can delay your happiness.
And finally, develop that sense of urgency. Do it fast. Do it now. Fast tempo is essential to success. Fast tempo goes hand in hand with energy, with happiness, with enthusiasm, with self-esteem. So make crystal clear what you want to do, make crystal clear the steps, and start working on those steps and do something every day to move you toward the most important goals of your life. And if you do that, you will be an excellent time manager, an excellent personal manager, an excellent life manager. You will have a great, great life.
The kindest thing that you can do for yourself is to let people go when they want to go. No chasing, no begging. Let it hurt, and then let it heal. When we stop forcing people to choose us, we make room for the people that were made for us. Allow yourself to embrace the natural flow of relationships. Understand that not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. By letting go, you respect their journey as well as your own. It creates a space for mutual respect and genuine connections. Trust that the right people will come into your life at the right time. Focus on self-growth and nurturing the relationships that are reciprocated. In this way, you cultivate a community that truly values and supports you.
You know why this gym's empty right now? It's not because it's hot out, summertime, and it's fucking like 90-some degrees in here. No, that's not the reason why. It's because they've already quit mentally. They quit before they got the weather report. The weather report just encouraged them to stay quitted. If that's even a word. People quit, guys, because their focus is off. Mental focus is off. Meaning they've started a journey, right? And all they focus on is how far they have to still go. Instead of looking at how far they've already come. If you look at how far you gotta go, it's like, oh my God, another mile? But then you look back and it's like, I've already gone 18 miles? Another mile, no problem. But if you never focus on the past and realize all those things that you've overcome to get where you are, but this is ahead always seems like a forever journey.
There's no fucking passion. There's no fucking motivation. There's no, oh my God, man, no. It's every day of your life just doing. No passion. No discipline, no motivation. All these words, I hate that so many people fucking use these words now because it's watered. It's someone sitting in a room by themselves and they figure themselves out and say, God, this is gonna fucking suck. Where's passion when you're 300 pounds? Where's the motivation when you can't read and write? Where is it? So how did this happen? I just fucking did. I just did. I said, maybe at the end of this journey, there'll be something there for me. If not, I can read. If not, I'm 185 fucking pounds. There's no magic potion. There's no, oh, let me wake up and look at some shit. No. All those words are overused. They're bullshit. It's all bullshit. Just do. You're living. How do you want to live? How do you want to die? How do you want to fucking be remembered? That's it. That's it. Period.
Of course you don't feel like doing it. Of course you don't. It's hard. Whatever it is. Could be a workout, could be a run, could be starting on a project, could be doing the damn dishes. Whatever it is, you don't feel like doing it. And you rationalize and you justify and you make excuses like a high-priced defense attorney trying to win the case for weakness. And boy, I'll tell you what, that lawyer in your head is good. Real good. He's got all kinds of legalese in his pocket that he's gonna throw at you. He's been doing this for a long time. And I hate to tell you this, that lawyer, that attorney for weakness that's in your head is smarter and better at debate and discourse than you could ever hope to be.
It's the reality of mental perception that dictates the physical attributes of action. If you don't believe it, this body can't do it. If you believe it, this body is unlimited potential of what it can do. We've seen throughout history, the Olympics right now, the average man trained, pushed beyond his capabilities to something that no one's ever thought possible. And he's standing there as a testament that yes, it can be done. And yes, you can do it too. If you stop getting everything confused inside, allowing all these excuses to come in saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can do it. Why would you ever say you can until you go out there and try it? Bullshit.
Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. And a lot of times you have to learn to perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose. You have to learn to perform a lot of different things. And that's what people think. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to be better. So if they don't have it, they just don't do it. And that's where you fail.
You just said, which is, you know, the weekend where you really only had two things to do for the weekend, whatever it was, you had to write this thing and you had to answer this other thing. And on Friday, you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. And on Saturday, like, I'll do it. And it's basically hanging over your head the whole weekend. Whereas if you've just done Friday afternoon, the whole weekend would have been a lot better. So just do the thing. I agree with you.
I think it's the self-confidence. If you believe in what you do and keep doing it. I mean, when I was young, I had a lot of people telling me you have to adjust to the other ones. You have to be like the other ones. I was listening, but I wasn't always following. I dragged it in, how do you say, I was listening, but I did my own thing. I kept doing my own thing, and I believed in myself. What was like the question there, like, they judge you even before you come, and they don't even know you. And that was outside the pitch and inside the pitch. But I kept going, and it brought me where I am today. Confidence and believe in what you do. I think that is the goal target. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's the mentality. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. And I said to myself, I will do it and I will do it better.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Say what you can do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't over leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're gonna try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it, find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would it. That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something and you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out, and you damn right that is for me. That's a great place to get to.
I personally am not writing every word of the novels. I am not animating the films. What I have to do now is make sure that the people that we bring in, these obsessives that we bring in, are challenging themselves to do the best job that they think they can do. That's what I'm there for, is for them to constantly look in the mirror and self-assess and challenge themselves. If we have a project and you're saying, okay, I can do that, that's not the project we want. The projects that say, I don't know if I can animate that. I don't know how to write that story. I don't know how to do that. Those are the things we want, because through that curiosity, you'll reach a level that you didn't think was possible.
Mm-hmm. Don't be the person that says, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Be the person that says, I'm gonna do it now. Because every time you say you're gonna do it tomorrow, you're just setting yourself back further from achieving the life of success that you want.
But if you can get through to doing things that you hate to do, on the other side is greatness. That's what people don't understand. By me running, I am callous in my mind. I'm not training for a race. I'm training for life. I'm training for the time when I get that 2 o'clock in the morning call that my mom is dead or something happens tragic in life. I don't fall apart. I'm training my mind and my body and my spirit so it's all one, so I can handle what life is gonna throw at me. Because the life I've lived, it throws a whole bunch at you. And if you're not physically and mentally prepared for that, you're just gonna crumble and you're good for nobody.
Everything in you is telling you to stop, to give up. Every muscle is aching, and you're saying to yourself, I can't do it. I can't do it. And you just keep on, and you keep on, and you keep on. It seems like you're moving at slow motion, and then eventually when you break through that 18-mile wall, then you know it's like done, and you're on automatic, and you glide on in, and you know it's there. You know you're going to get to the finish line. And we've all had experiences.
All action solves all. And he used to say this. I'll give you an example. If you're a farmer and you need rain for your crop and there's no rain, you can sit there and say there's no rain, we're all going to starve. Or you can stand up and do a rain dance. Now, will your rain dance work? Perhaps not. Perhaps the rain won't come. But I would argue that you're better off standing up doing that rain dance than just sitting there waiting to die. You have to do something. Raw action solves. So when I was broke, I was never like, I'm poor, what do I do? It was, I'm poor, I have to do something. If I was broke, I'd go for a run. That's why I was such a great fighter. If I was broke, I'd sit there and go, I'm actually poor. How do I make money? Don't know. Where can I get some cash? Don't know. What more can I do? Don't know. Oh, I'll just go for a run then. And I just go for 3-mile run.
Where we were working on something, and we knew it was possible, and we did those things that were necessary to bring it into reality. We took the responsibility to make it happen. Other people couldn't see it. A lot of people didn't believe it. You were attacked. You were criticized. People were opposing you, but you kept on doing it. It was hard, it was rough, it was difficult, but to you, it was worth it. And eventually you got to a level you know, can nothing stop me now. I'm on the move.
In my old job, sometimes we would be facing really miserable situations, things that we were going to have to do. Maybe we had to go on a dive, a long dive, and the water was freezing cold, or we had to go on a long patrol through really steep terrain and it was hot. Or maybe we had to get our boats through the surf zone when there was giant waves. And invariably in those situations, someone in the platoon would say in a low voice, well, this is gonna suck. And then you know what we do? We do it anyways. That's right, sometimes things are gonna suck, and you know what you do? You do them anyways!
While other people are giving up, feeling like victims, feeling powerless, becoming negative, turning on each other rather than to each other, feeling that they can't make it. Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind with the mindset of that it's possible. Pulling together, working together to create this brand new future. And it's going to be hard. Easy is not an option. But if it's hard, we will do it hard. Whatever is required to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. And it's worth it, yes. It's worth whatever we have to do. And once we know that, it is done. It is done. It is done.
You don't have to personally be perfect. Are you hearing me? There are those of you right now, you should have cut a CD. You should have wrote a book. You should have got in school and got that degree. You should have started your own business. There's so many things you should have done. You should have done, but you didn't do it because you're scared. You believe that you said scared of what? I ain't scared. You are scared. You are scared. You're scared of failure. You're scared to make a mistake. You're scared that you're not perfect.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
You ain't gotta be perfect. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You don't have to be perfect to get what you want, to do what you want, to have what you want, to be what you want. You don't have to be perfect. It's a lie. You don't have to be perfect, but what you have to do is perfect the day. That's what I want you to do. You'll never be perfect. As long as you're alive, there's always progress. You can always get better, but listen to me. I want you to practice perfecting your 24 hours. You hear me? 60 minutes in a day, 1,440 seconds. That's what I want you to concentrate on.
You can do it. Once you really put your mind to whatever you got going on and you really want to get something done, it's you versus you. So you say you want to get it done, it's huge. So, because once you get it done, it's like, damn, like, I already said I was going to do it, and I did it. No matter what, and making sacrifices, you know, I sacrificed my time. I sacrificed, not being able to talk to people and just not, and my privacy for this.
Bro, what are you doing with your life? I thought you said you want to be a great. I thought you said you want to be the best. But you don't act like you don't move like it. You wake up late, you sleep late, you don't study, you don't work out, you don't want this shit. And no one's gonna feel sorry for you if you don't get it. That's your problem.
When I wake up in the morning, I don't think, am I motivated to go do what I'm supposed to do? No, I don't think about it for 1 millisecond. When the alarm clock goes off, I have no thought about whether this is easy, whether this is hard, whether I want to do it, whether I don't want to do it. None of that matters. It's an emotionless, thoughtless discipline. When the alarm clock goes off, you get up, you get out of bed, and you go do what you're supposed to do. I don't care how it feels. I don't care if it's easy or hard. It doesn't even matter to me. It's just a reaction, it's a discipline, and it's life.
I challenged myself. I said I was going to do something. We said we was going to do something, and we did it. We did it. We did it, bro. We did it. We said we gonna do it. This is hard work. Chat, I gotta say, bro, chat. I'm tired, bro. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. I'm tired, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Never get tired, bro. Never get tired, chat. Never, ever. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. Y'all seen it happen here first. Word to my mother, you seen it happen here. Day first. Whatever you want to do. I don't give a fuck.
Good. So number one, listen to me. Don't write this down. This is not a principle. Listen quickly. I'll give you the first principle. Number one, this is not the principle. It's going to be a dog fight. I would love to tell you that on the road to success, everything is going to work out. It's not. It's going to be a dog fight. It's going to be a dog fight. For those of you watching my videos, on the road to success, I lost 5 aunts to cancer. It's a dog fight. In the midst of my business, I lost aunts. I had to go to funerals. We had to get on a plane. We had to drive. We had aunts that are close to my age who died, who didn't have insurance. We had to raise money. A dog fight. I had cousins shot in stores, execution style, shot back of the head twice. It's a dog fight. Like, you don't see that on YouTube. You don't see that on my TGI. It's a dog fight.
I want you to live the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life that was given to you. I'm a high school dropout because that's the life my daddy gave me. But I've been married almost 28 years and 2 kids by the same woman, which is not my experience. I got brothers and sisters, none of us had the same parents. Because I made up in my mind, that's the life y'all gave me. I'm not taking that no more. I don't want to be on crack. I've never drank, I never smoked, and I'm not against it. I just didn't do it because my family was doing it and they wasn't winning doing it. Uncle died of cirrhosis of the liver. I'm like, bro, I'm not going out like that. Uncle's in prison. I wasn't meant to be in prison.
I embody the spirit of a martial artist, the heart of a martial artist, what it truly means to be a martial artist. I'll give up my arm, I'll give up an eye, I'll give up a toe. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do to stop me, Daniel Cormier. There's absolutely nothing you can do. You said you could take me down 100 times out of 100 times, right? And that's what you're gonna do, right? I challenge you to get me down 5 times in that 5-round fight. You won't be able to do that. Maybe you will get me down once. I believe in my whole heart that I'll get you down too. But the difference is, when I get you down, your face will open up. There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life.
My wife, 3 years ago, 7 legions found on her brain. It's a dog fight. It hadn't been easy. It's a dog fight. The road hadn't been success. Like, it's just a paved road, and like E.T. go this way. It's been rough. It's been crooked. It's been hard. But I've made up in my mind that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life, and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dog fight.
I just want to win, keep winning all the time. When I take fight, put risk on this. You know, like for example, when you have fight and no risk, this is don't make you great. Like for example, John Jones last 3 fights. He fight like Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos, and Dominic Reyes. They all great fighters, but not too much risk. You know, he was like big favorite. That's why he a little bit stay. He needs some fight. People talk about, oh, maybe John Jones gonna lose. Same thing about me. You know, right now I have big fight. When I fight Conor, when I fight Dustin, like people believe my opponents.
And so if you're ready to quit, then don't get started. If you're ready to quit, don't get started. If you're looking for this easy path, don't get started. If you think they're not going to close the door on you and say no 1,000,000 times, don't get started. But every time they close the door, I just get excited. Why? Because I am not a no. I'm one yes away. I'm young. I'm one yes away. You can't keep telling me no forever. You can't keep denying me forever. This type of energy, this type of passion, you can't stop it. You can contain it for a while, but you cannot stop. This is life. And you can't defeat me. There is not. You don't have enough power. You don't have enough energy. You don't have enough strength to stop this. 2 years you might. You do not have hate. Does not have enough energy to destroy love. You cannot destroy this.
As you all know, today is 4th of July. A lot of women and men gave their lives for our very freedom. So those of us who are living, we have an obligation to live our lives to the absolute fullest. Life is one big tug of war, and you don't win that tug of war by pushing the fucking rope. You have to pull that motherfucker. And a lot of times you have to pull yourself through life.
It's pretty easy sometimes to feel beaten when you're faced with all those issues and all those problems and they all hit you at the same time. That doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means the opposite. It means it's time for you to fight harder.
You've lost before you start.
Yeah.
It's in the head. But over a period of time, you learn a little bit more about yourself because you have more experience in different circumstances. Then you find out what you really are. I found out I'm unbeatable. I can't be beat. This is impossible. You can dent me. You can damage me. You're never ever gonna beat me.
I don't knock no fighter. I love all fighters. Don't knock no fighter. But the difference between me and any other fighter, my records are here to stay. Do I want to see them break my records? Absolutely. But they won't be broken. And guess what? It's easier now to break the records. Why is it easier now to break the records? Because you got all 10 guys that's in boxing in the top 10, that's rated in the top 10, all of them are champions.
You know, fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You know, you better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today.
This morning, I did not want to get up, so I had to pull my ass out of fucking bed. But guess what? The more and more I got into that run, each fucking step into that run, I started gaining more and more confidence. But to gain that fucking confidence, you have to fucking be willing to pull yourself out of bed, pull yourself out of a funk, pull yourself out of whatever the fuck life is throwing at you to gain that confidence. By the fucking time the run was over, I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. I once again beat your ass. You gotta be willing to find the confidence. Stay in the fight, stay in the war, stay in the battle, armor your mind.
To dig in means it's time for you to go on the war path. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it won't be easy. It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is. And these challenges that you face, they're gonna do their best to take you down.
Now a lot of people talk about, oh, maybe he can beat him. This is make you great, and that's why you have to take always like opponent with risk. Challenge yourself.
I remember they showed me an exercise and I said, I can't do that. And they say, no, never say you can't do it. Say, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. And that's true with everything. It's like, there's nothing that you can't do. You may not have done it yet. We don't know if you can do it or not until you really practice. And then you find out if you can do it or not, or how well you can do it.
Yeah.
So I had two choices. Either I was going to sit in that failure and give up, or I was going to make a decision to step out of the darkness. You see, when you're in that darkness, you want to sit there and wait for the light to come. When you're in that darkness, it feels uncomfortable, but you can't wait and sit in that darkness. The only way out is to step forward, to face your fears, to become your own light.
You know, there comes a day, man. Everyone's gonna have this day. There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up. Because you've seen people with far less talent than you. As you're growing up with them, their childhood buddies, whatever else, they didn't have what you had. Yet now they're fucking to become something that you haven't. There comes that day. It's either when you're young, you know, and it strikes you on the baseball field because you're sick of striking out, or it's when you get fired from your 5th job, you know, and your wife and kids are on your ass because you don't know how to support them anymore. There comes a fucking day where push comes to shove. Where being mediocre, being like average and shit just fucking burns. It sucks so much. You can't deal with it one more day. And you get off your fucking ass. And you create something that's always been there.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth,
you have the power to do more than you can ever begin to imagine. Don't underestimate yourself. You don't know enough about yourself to become a cynic. And so you've got to challenge yourself to access that power that you have within you. You're more than a conqueror.
That's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side of it. And if you never tap into it, it's because the first time you felt it, you backed off. The first time you felt, that burn, the first time you felt that it's too much. And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. That's why kids have a problem finishing things in today's time. Because as soon as they feel a small bit of discomfort, of things ain't right, they're gone. I can't do it no more.
When you feel like giving up, don't. When you thinking about giving up, don't. When it look like you ain't gonna make it, keep going. When they tell you you can't, come on, man, who are they? When they tell you to put all your stuff back on your desk, don't do that, man. Don't do that. When they tell you you're not funny, you're not gonna make it, don't believe them. You got to be relentless.
If you wanna give up, you can give up. This is your choice. You can do whatever you want. But how you gonna give up? Like so many years we were working together, and you only 26 years old. I remember myself when I was 26 and 33. This is too different. You know, my prime time, it was 32, 33. Your time's gonna come, but you cannot give up, you know. And this give me crazy motivation. I never give up. I never even remember, I never give up.
I don't know who this is for, but you've been hanging on and you're about to give up. And one of the biggest acts of faith is to praise God when you still don't see it. To worship Him when you don't feel like it. And just to say, I'm not worshiping you for the what, I'm worshiping for the who you are. And you've always been good and you've always been faithful, and you wipe the tears away and you lift up your hands toward heaven and you worship Him once more. Because you're not worshiping Him for just what you see, you're worshiping for what He says, you're worshiping for His faithfulness. Because our trust does not grow in the good times. We learn to trust Him in the trials.
It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their fucking ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It wasn't about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest fucking worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man. And it really sucks when you've tasted success at one point in your life.
Instead of lying in the bed the whole day, stand up. Instead of staying in your room the whole day, go outside in the air. Instead of just walking slowly through the park, start running through the park. Instead of running through the park, put some jumps in. Put some more intensity in. So what it means is, step by step, do something that you get out of the heaviness.
I don't think you should be proud of yourself. I don't think that's the right terminology.
Okay.
And I think that's a place where our culture has really fallen off the rails. It's like, you should be convinced in your heart that you're doing the best you can with what you've been given, right? And hopefully that'll make you less anxious and it'll make you more hopeful. But you know, you should have the same kind of regard for yourself that you have for someone that you love.
You can become everything, as long as the mind is free and it's not preoccupied with any ideas of the parents, of the government, of the society, of the advertising, of the propaganda, of anything like this. The free spirit. Whatever keeps the free spirit alive. This is, I think, it would change the way you educate your child. It would change the way of where you would, let's say, maybe place in which circumstances you would place your child. Yeah, because there are just institutions and systems existing in this world right now. They are not made to make you bigger.
You were scared you were going to fail. You were scared if you started, you never finish it. You didn't want to tell anyone about it. You knew it was there, but you never wanted to embark on it until something fucking hits. You get fired or somebody else gets success, reminds you of what you could have been. And then the fucking spark is born. And no matter what happens, I'm never going to be in this boat again. And you get up and you go, even if it gets knocked down, you just keep going. You're a wild man. And life has never been so sweet. That can happen at an early age. It can happen at a later age. It's going to happen to somebody no matter what, it's going to happen to you. And when it does happen to you, thank your lucky stars that finally you're alive. It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you.
You think, oh my God, there's a terrible risk in pursuing this new job. It's like, yeah, there is a terrible risk. There's a terrible risk in you staying with your job right now. And so one of the things that's really freeing to understand is that you're screwed no matter what you do. There's no secure path forward. Give it up. It's risk everywhere. It's like, oh my God, that's terrible. It's like, yes, except for two things. You can pick your risk. That's the first thing. So you get to pick your poison. That's something. And second, you're a lot tougher than you think. So even though there's risk everywhere, if you confront it forthrightly, what you'll find is that you can actually handle the risk. And that's the security.
I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying. If you think investing is risky, wait till you get the tab for not investing. See, it's all risky. Getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Going into business is risky. Investing your money is risky. It's all risky. I'll tell you how risky life is. You're not going to get out alive.
Yeah, he has to be a master communicator, but he also has to do things which are risky. Risk has value intrinsically linked to it, intrinsically. This is why people, when you do risky things, people want to hear the story. Your coolest stories involve risk. Something went wrong, this could have happened, I almost this, I made it out. Without these risks, you haven't got it. So I would say to the 20-year-old, do what I did, get in the cage, get in the ring. Knock someone out, get knocked out, train hard. Fighting will teach you everything you need to know about life. You'll learn everything about who you truly are. You'll learn if you're a coward or not. You'll learn everything about perseverance and hard work and dedication, everything about being underappreciated. You learn everything about fear. You learn all of it.
But doing something bold and unexpected is a good mindset to have when you have two bad choices. Think, okay, what else could I do? What freaking crazy move could I make? By the way, how much risk is there? Like I have a lose-lose situation. Can I take a high risk? What do I stand to lose anyways? I'm going to lose. It's like if you're in a jiu-jitsu match and you're getting just smashed and you try and toss some footlock at the end of the match. Like you're already on the bottom. It's a no-risk move. You're already down 9 points to 0. You're going to lose. Might as well try it. Yeah. Right? Do something, but don't try and pass anymore. You haven't been able to pass the guard for 7 minutes. Heel hook. Like that's the type of attitude.
No risk, no Ferrari. And we know this to be true. If you want to win the game of life, if you want to take it to the top, you have to be able to sacrifice who you are today for who you want to become. And for a lot of people, they may just be comfortable with their 9 to 5, and I completely get it and I validate it. If that's what you want to live and if you're happy, so be it. But I'm willing to neglect the money in the short term and not get that paycheck just because I understand that if you plant enough seeds in due time, you will reap massive rewards. And it worked out.
Well, the opportunity takes place usually when you're young and you don't have any responsibility. That's when you have your options. Well, your options are severely limited the more you gather, but the only way I could be this person now is if I took that chance when I was 21, when I was dead broke and had my cars repossessed and all that stuff. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous. And most people want to take the safe path. And the safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation. Almost every time. It's hell. It's hell. You're selling insurance or some other shit that you care zero about. Most people don't have those things. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific.
Stop telling your visions to other people because they're not going to see it. Why you think you keep imagining opening a business? Why you keep imagining graduating, getting a better job? Why do you keep imagining buying a house? Why do you keep imagining driving a really nice car? Why do you keep imagining getting rich one day? Why do you keep imagining that? Because God is talking to you.
The reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. And that could be walking up to someone and saying, would you like to go out on a date? Practice that risk muscle. Knock on a door and try and sell something. Whatever the feeling of risk is to you, put a video up that might be embarrassing. Take a risk. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
If you decide that you will be poor, there's nothing I can do. You're gonna be poor. If you decide to be rich today, who gonna stop you? Who? If you decide you want to be rich, all you gotta do is start. Why not? Who gonna stop you? Unless you tell it to the wrong person. Mama, listen to me. I'm going to be rich. Ain't nobody rich in this family. Go in there and sit down somewhere. Get yourself a good job. Oh, mama, you must be right. No, mama could be wrong. Because what you have in your imagination, God didn't show it to your mama. I'm sorry. He showed it to you. Listen to me. If y'all don't do nothing else, write everything you imagine down. Write it all down. Pray about it and watch what happens.
If you are 22 years old, you are entering, first of all, some of the greatest years of your life, because you have to understand this next 5-year window is when you don't go practical and safe. This is not the time to get the job mom wanted you to. This is not the time to try to maximize as much money so you can buy a fat whip. What you should do is go and travel and learn. Go and start that business that you've always wanted. This is the time to be massively risk oriented. But boy, if you're lucky enough to be graduating today with not a fucking idea of what you're going to do with your future, nobody's ever been luckier than you. Please recognize it.